Alright guys, in this video we'll be looking at simplifying a larger expression that we've seen in other problems and tackling this division sign. Alright? So when you see a question like this with a whole bunch of algebra, just go back to your factoring techniques. You want to simplify this. Okay? So the numerator, you'll notice that it's a factor trinomial with a number in front of the x squared. So you'll have to go to your sum product and ask yourself, okay, what two numbers that when multiplied, so the first term and the last term with their signs, give me 36. So 36. And when added, give me the middle term with its sign, negative 12. So start looking at sum and product of terms like this. So what does that give you? You'll have essentially what? What are some products or some factors of 36? You'll have 6 times 6. Negative 6 times negative 6, remember that, right? Because negative gives you positive. And, oh, I think I can stop here, right? Because the sum of negative 6 minus 6 will give me negative 12. And that gives me my factors. Now remember, this is the type of trinomial factoring, version 2, the tougher one, where these become your two middle terms. Okay? So remember that here you'll rewrite your first term. You'll have to rewrite your two middle terms with x's and write your last term, right? Because these two replace your middle term, okay? And now you have to factor by grouping. What is the greatest common factors you can pull out? SNL again. You can pull out a 2 and an x, and you're left with what? 2x, right? Minus 6 divided by 2 is 3. The x, you already pulled it out, so you're done. Then you have a minus sign. What's the greatest factor you can pull out here? A 3 only, right? Nothing else you can pull out there. What are you left with on the inside? If you had negative 6 divided by negative 3, you'll be left with 2 and an x, right? Don't forget the x. 9 divided by negative 3 is what? Negative 3. And look, a good check again. The two terms on the inside are the same. You did it right. All you have to do now is combine your 2x here with the negative 3 and combine the other term, 2x minus 3. And these are your factors for your first term at the top. Okay? So that's the first one. Let's tackle the second one. Okay, so this is your first one. Let's tackle the second one. 3x squared minus 5x. How are we going to factor this? Well, there's two terms only, so you can factor by common factor. What is the greatest number or letters and also sign that you can pull out? Well, you can't pull out a common number, so we'll pull out just the common letter, x. What will you be left with on the inside? 3x minus 5. Okay? So you're done for your second one. That takes care of this one. Okay? Let's look at the third and fourth one. These are nothing else you can do here. Okay? But now, putting everything together, what will you be left with? This was my numerator factor. So let me do that. Let me rewrite that. 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3. Okay? That was divided by what? What were my terms in the denominator? Here it was. X, keep it in brackets, 3x minus 5, right? Now remember, let's go back here. You had your division sign, right? How do we get rid of this division sign? We have to multiply by the reciprocal. So we have to multiply by the flip of this. So remember that. Whenever you see a division sign, you're going to multiply by the flip of it. So it's going to be 3x minus 5. Put in brackets, divided by what? Was it 2x minus 3? Let's go back and make sure. Yeah, it was. Okay? And now, look, you have nothing more than two factors being multiplied everywhere. Two factors being multiplied, one factor over one factor. So what are you allowed to do now? Because you have a multiplication sign in between, you are allowed to cancel out up, down, or diagonally. Okay, so look what you can do. You can cancel out the 2x minus 3 with the 2x minus 3, the 3x minus 5 with this 3x minus 5, and what are you left with? 2x minus 3 divided by x. And you're done. So why was I allowed to do that? Because I created factors, okay, that are being multiplied everywhere. This factor was multiplied by this factor. Same thing with these two here. These two were just multiplied by the flip because we had a division sign. And when you have factors being multiplied and you have a multiplication sign between, you can cancel up, down, and diagonally. Alright guys, so that's essentially how you would tackle quite hard looking question like this one here. Okay? And that's pretty much it.